When traveling, you could stay at another boring hotel. Or you could stay here.
Now, everyday people are transforming their homes and renting them out to total strangers, offering travelers unique and creative places to stay.
The short-term rental trend is global, and despite some criticism, it's here to stay. I renovate and flip houses for a living. Creativity is in my bones, and my job depends on me thinking outside the box.
When you go on vacation, there's always that one cool thing that you want to go home and tell your friends about. The properties I'm looking at all have that extra something that really makes them stand out from the crowd. And with all these properties, you get to take a little piece of the vacation home with you. Who doesn't love a souvenir?
The first home is a beautiful urban rental, and the owner has found a way to really make it shine. It's a living art gallery where you can buy any piece to take home with you.
Her eyes are so stunning. Every time I turn around the corner, I'm like, oh, you're so beautiful.
It's beautiful. It is beautiful.
Yeah. Next is an historic farmhouse, lovingly restored by the homeowner, where the closest neighbors are chickens.
It's like intake of breath, amazing.
And finally, a bakery that's been converted into 2 beautiful rental suites, complete with freshly baked pastries.
It's nice to have that nod to what it was originally. Art plays a huge part in staging the houses I build, but sometimes it can be hard to find the right piece or to feel confident about how it will work in your home. The owners of this property have solved that problem for their guests by creating a living art gallery. Inside and out, the space is filled with original works of art made by local artists, and it's all for sale. I mean, you don't get to see something like this every day.
Artwork is huge. It creates the entire mood for the space. It gives texture, it gives definition, it gives interest, it creates a focal point for the space. Whenever you can add artwork, it really just amplifies the space.
Crystal fell in love with the artistic neighborhood in her city and sought out a renovated property where she could help the local artists shine. She filled the Beasley Gallery House with their creations, letting guests experience the paintings in a living space. And if they like what they see, they can buy a piece of art to take home.
Hey!
Hi, Katie.
I'm just gushing over that gorgeous wall that you have there.
Thank you.
So take me through the journey of you deciding to buy a space, finding the space, and then what you did after that.
We knew that we wanted to buy a rental property, and we knew that we wanted it to be in this area. And then once we walked into this space and it had its long white hallways and like the brick wall, I remember like a couple days later, we were like, oh, what about the Beasley Gallery House? Because this area is known as the Beasley. We can bring in local artists and have all their art on the walls for sale. And we can bring in like furniture from local thrifters and just really showcase and highlight the amazing creative minds of this area. You know, like the world needs more beauty and color and art. And to be able to support like true, like passionate, creative artists is just really important to us. Yeah.
It makes it more accessible, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I do love that concept of being able to see the art kind of in its sort of natural habitat, like how it's supposed to be enjoyed.
Exactly,
And I think it's great that you kind of came up with the concept of giving guests that experience.
Really, for us, it's about like showcasing the artists that are part of this community.
Tell me about one of the first pieces you bought for the collection.
One of our first was the one upstairs in the bathroom. Was painted by this girl, Mary. And when we first started shopping for everything, it was really important to us to purchase locally.
Also, what you've done here is really interesting in having furniture that complements but doesn't conflict in any way. Was that something you'd really thought hard about, or how did the furnishings come together?
Honestly, so organically. We were just so lucky that everything, like we found this couch that I'm in love with. And I knew for some reason I wanted like a mustard colored couch. And then this one was amazing. And then we found this light that has like the same arches. And then this mirror came from a local thrift shop and it had the arches. And I'm like, perfect, there's that space put together. And I loved this dining room table. And then these two pieces just somehow magically pulled the two rooms together. And it was
Yeah.
Almost effortless.
I feel like that's what good design is like. You know, actually, when it feels effortless, you know you've done a great job.
Yeah.
And I think you really have done a good job in here.
Thank you.
There are so many great mid-century modern pieces here that are really authentic. What was your thinking behind this?
Mid-century modern is such a beautiful era of furniture, but more importantly to us, it was the sustainability. We really wanted to buy pieces that were like true, authentic antiques so that we didn't have to go to the mall, you know, and just to reduce our footprint is really important to us.
Tell me about that fabulous mural outside, because that was really impressive as I walked up to the house.
Thank you. I could not be more pleased with it. So we knew we wanted a mural on that wall because it's a big, bold wall right in the corner with no windows, like a perfect canvas for a mural. So we connected with this festival that was happening where they were painting murals all over this area for about a week. And I love it. Her eyes are so stunning. Every time I come around the corner, I'm like, oh, you're so beautiful.
It's beautiful. It is beautiful.
Yeah.
As we're standing here talking, I can see another mural. Tell me about the small powder room that I can see through there.
No, it's Octagus.
Okay.
So through social media, there was this girl, Jenny, and she was just showing herself painting an octopus in her bathroom. And I just messaged her. I'm like, can I have an octopus in my bathroom?
That's amazing.
And she's like, if you want, sure. And yeah, so she's just a local artist that does a lot of commission work.
It's such a wow factor, and I think it's fabulous.
Yeah, I love them. I love them a lot. Why don't you let me show you the rest of the house?
Absolutely.
Kim's mid-century modern aesthetic carries through with authentic furnishings from the living and dining room into the lounge, which is set just past the sun-dappled kitchen that she keeps stocked with fresh treats to welcome guests. A second retro fireplace makes for a cozy sitting area decorated with more original art and unique decor. It's the perfect spot to curl up with a good book.
Oh, I love these chairs. These are spectacular.
I know. Thank you. I love them.
Another vintage find?
They are another vintage find. Yes, we lucked out.
And this is a beautiful room.
Thank you.
So I'm guessing this is the master.
This is the master. I just wanted this to be like the coziest space in the world. So there's like lots of like pillows. The blinds like black out at night so you can just like sleep in the morning. We just wanted it to be cozy and serene and just invite you to like melt into the bed. And...
These are probably one of my favorite things I've ever seen in my entire life.
Another local shop, and yeah, I walked by these lamps for 6 months and just adored them. And then finally, when we bought this place, I was like, oh, I have somewhere to put those lamps. So luckily, they still had them. So yeah, they finally found a home with me.
They're just so unique. Tell me about the rest of the space. What do we have on this floor?
After you leave the master bedroom, we move down and we have 2 more bedrooms. The next bedroom is sort of our girly bedroom. It's sort of like boho inspired. I let myself paint it pink and put up plants and pretty things. It's just really cozy and inviting. And then the last room is really neat. It's sort of a transitional room. So right now it can be used as a bedroom or another lounge area.
And another communal space, which is this house has loads of, which is great.
Yeah, for sure.
So I want to take a closer look at some of this art.
For sure. Make yourself at home.
What's great about this space is that no 2 stays are the same. Crystal has created a rental that evolves over time and gives you a different experience depending on what art is hanging on the walls. I mean, who doesn't want to take a piece of their vacation home with them? And having everything for sale here is such a unique opportunity. The other thing that complements the space is the furniture. Those mid-century modern pieces are spectacular. The layout here is fantastic, and the concept is so unique. I think that's why it's such a successful rental. This isn't just a vacation home, it's an experience.
Souvenirs are a great way for short-term rental owners to make their properties pop in a crowded marketplace. Crystal's living art gallery in the city gives guests the chance to bring a new piece of art home with them, letting them literally hang a piece of their vacation on the wall. This next property was designed by a talented artist, but it's not her paintings being offered as takeaway treats.
I love love places with a sense of history, and this farm has it in spades. Not only is it one of the oldest houses in the area, the owner has filled it with really cool handmade decor, giving it a unique and personal vibe.
Homeowner Kim was on the hunt for a vacation rental for over a year, but when she drove up to this old farm, she knew right away the place was special. She was told it was built in the 1850s, but after doing some research, Kim found out that the house was actually constructed in 1796, which makes it one of the oldest properties in the area.
Oh, this is gorgeous.
Hi.
Hi, Kim. What an amazing property you have here. It's like a feast for the eyes. I don't even know where to start.
Thank you.
Some of this is the original features.
Yes. The beams are original, and you can see the hue marks from the axes that were used to put it together.
Yeah, and they're in great condition.
Yeah, surprisingly.
And so what other things did you add into the space?
The fireplace was a must. In the Victorian era, and perhaps before then, there was a wall across here and another one there, which made it into a few small rooms. And we took out the walls and put in the fireplace there. We wanted to keep everything that was actually old as natural as possible.
So you're a working artist?
That's
and
correct.
are these some of your pieces that we're seeing here?
It's all my stuff from different eras, different journeys of art.
I was super impressed to hear that you were extremely hands-on with the renovations here.
I've worked for decades as a decorative finisher, so I have always worked with my hands.
Are you finished, or are you still kind of evolving the property?
Come on. Yeah, it's a toy that you get to play with. And I love seeing what people love. They love the donut pillows.
Yeah.
They really appreciate the stone on the outside. And all of that feedback is just really, it's thrilling.
Yeah. So once you'd done the kind of nuts and bolts renovation, did you have a specific design vision? Did it come together slowly over time?
I think the spaces themselves, because they're very different downstairs to upstairs. This room is a nighttime room. It's a dark womb-like space. You sit in front of the fireplace. It's so comfortable. Upstairs is really light and airy, and we had to tear down walls upstairs.
I noticed the kitchen as I walked on through. What else is on this floor?
On this floor, there's the washroom and what we call the Daniel Boone room. I don't know where that got that nickname, but it's all wood everywhere.
So you left that fairly untouched?
Completely untouched, and I think it's in its original state.
As I'm looking around, there are so many ideas here that are really unique. I mean, the table here, that's something that you made yourself?
Yeah, that's correct. I have a friend who's crazy for trains, and he found this. It was off of the top of trains where they carry steel pipes.
That's a great piece. Then what about, like, the typewriter that I see over there with the succulents? That's such a fun idea. I've never seen that before.
We went through a crazy succulent phase where me and a bunch of friends got together, and we were decking out this place.
What else is there for guests to enjoy and explore on your property?
There's hammocks and swings, which I think are really important. There's the garden. There's the chicken coop, and everybody, not even kids, everybody loves the chickens.
It's such a cool feature, you know, for city folk to go outside and actually just get fresh eggs from the coop. Like, that's such an experience in itself.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So you mentioned that down here is very contrasting to the space you've created upstairs.
Yeah, would you like to see it?
I would love to.
Okay.
This is like intake of breath, amazing. This is fabulous.
Thank you.
It's so bright and fresh up here. Such a nice vibe. And like you said, completely different to what's downstairs. So tell me a little bit about what you renovated up here.
We took out the ceiling and discovered these beautiful beams that have the bark still on them, which is kind of amazing.
Downstairs, we saw a lot of your handmade touches.
Yeah.
Take me through some of the pieces up here that were personal to you.
The little blue chair is the first piece of furniture that I ever refinished when I was about this tall.
Oh my God,
so I stripped
that's
it all
really
down
cute.
and repainted it. There's this wonderful piece that they used. It's a Mennonite hex symbol, and they took it out of the wall and made a form to cast the concrete when we redid the stone on the outside. So it is the original pieces from when this was built, and then I've just saved the piece.
And that's what we see when we first come up the entryway.
Right above the
That's
doorway.
really nice. And the artwork there, it's such a feature piece in the room. Is that a special piece to you?
It is a special piece. It's based on a photograph that my father took. I did a whole series from his photos.
It's beautiful. How does it feel to share some of these personal items with people?
I believe in the energy of objects. So the Japanese have this concept that there's 3 types of energy: the energy in the material itself, the energy that the craftsperson gives to the object, and the energy that somebody who has or sees it experiences. So everything in here is about that.
Yeah.
And so when I put my artwork that is homage to my dad, or a toilet from the people who lived here hundreds of years ago, framing the portrait.
And that's what I can see over there?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
I feel that the people here, they may not see it, but they'll feel it one way or the other.
It really is a breath of fresh air up here.
Yeah, it's really serene. It's a very calming, beautiful spot.
So I'm going to take a little look around because there is so much to see.
Okay. Watch your head.
This space didn't disappoint. It's really beautiful. It's a great opportunity to connect with nature. You know, as you walk through the space, there is a little kind of element of stepping back in time. You know, you see these original features everywhere, but it's sort of wrapped up in this whimsical, fun decor that Kim has injected into the space. You know, it really is a wonderful marriage of old and new and handmade furniture and items and decor. It's a beautiful space to enjoy. But for me, what I'm gonna rush home and tell my friends and family about is foraging in the chicken coop, finding fresh laid eggs, and being able to take them home. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. Short-term renters looking to take a little piece of the vacation home with them can choose from the Beasley Gallery's art pieces in the city, or collect a basket full of fresh eggs while staying at Kim's historic stone farmhouse in the country. But for those guests with a preference for a more freshly baked souvenir, this next rental will absolutely hit the spot. Is there anything better in the morning than a flaky, buttery croissant? With this short-term rental, you not only get to stay in a working bakery, you also get a daily delivery of pastries. I'd stay here just for that.
Most retail spaces have more of an industrial feel, and when you're undertaking the renovation to turn it into living space, you need to think about different elements that you would add to make it a cozy space that would be a nice space to live in.
When Jenny and her husband bought a commercial bakery 2 years ago, they knew the 45-year-old business needed an overhaul. They transformed the retail space and tea room into a one-bedroom ground floor unit, with the wholesale bakery still turning out fresh bread and pastries behind. Upstairs, they fully renovated the former baker's apartment, turning it into a 3-bedroom unit.
Hi.
Hi, this is such a charming space. I love it.
Thank you.
There's so many things to look at. But let's start by talking about this fabulous chandelier.
It is an amazing thrift store find for $20.
No way.
Yes.
What inspired your design choices in this space?
I wanted to really incorporate old pieces that were original to the bakery and then fun new pieces. And a lot of the stuff was my own as well. So just sort of blending all that together. So up front, when the guests walk in, I have old flower drawers. This fireplace and mantle was original to the suite as well.
It's so cool to see those things repurposed and reused. It kind of gives the place a really nice sort of authentic feel, and it's nice to have that nod to what it was originally.
Yeah, I do love that too.
Tell me about some of the other elements that you're most proud of in this space.
Definitely the whitewashed ceiling and the shelving, and I also did a whitewashed pine floor upstairs.
Those shelves are fantastic. I love that rustic and modern look together. How did you get the idea for those?
I grabbed inspiration from a couple different places. When we had the retail space, this was our retail shelving. So I did the whitewashed pine on the boards to echo the ceiling.
So you have 2 suites here, is that right?
Yes, we do. So upstairs we have the baker's apartment, which is originally where the bakers lived. It's a 3-bedroom with a living room and sunroom and 1 bath. Down here is a 1-bedroom with the living room and 1 bath.
So they're definitely big enough for couples all the way through to families.
Yes, for sure.
I think it's so smart that you were able to grab those pieces from the original bakery, repurpose them, and then have them back in this space for your guests to enjoy.
Oh, thank you. Let me show you the rest of the space.
Yeah, let's take a look through there. Oh, nice. Aha, and these are the croissants that were baked just next door.
Yes, they are.
This is such a great little vignette here. I love these chairs and the artwork. Tell me a little bit about how you put this piece together.
I basically wanted to do a nod to the tea room because that's what was back here. So I thrift shopped and found these pieces, and this local artist had this painting of a local cafe. So I thought it fit perfectly.
Yeah, it kind of all ties together.
Yeah.
And did you refinish these chairs, or they were already like this?
They were already like this. There's a great place in town that repurposes old furniture.
Mm-hmm. This is a great mix of old and new. You've done a great job here.
Thank you.
Did you have to do quite a lot of renovation in this space?
This one down here wasn't a lot. It was just adding 2 walls and a fresh coat of paint. Upstairs was a lot more work. It was pretty bad. A lot of shag carpets, a purple bathroom, a lot of wallpaper. Some of the wallpaper was good, a lot of it wasn't.
Well, I'm glad I can see up there that you've kept some of those original features and then you've kind of modernized some of it, and I think you've done a really nice job of marrying the two together.
Oh, thank you.
And were there any handmade touches you added to this space?
Yeah, I found this spoon rack at a thrift store and just painted it out. And I also built the headboard for the day bed. I actually purchased that piece of wood a couple years ago, and I didn't know what I was gonna do with it. I just loved it. It was actually very simple, and I just got some LED lighting and ran it around the headboard, and it created a wall feature, headboard, and lighting for that room.
It's kind of nice because it's almost a piece of art on its own, but it's also a functional headboard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And so putting these rooms together, is there a way that you approach it? Like, I love there's eclectic lighting and the bedding. What was your design ethos moving into this space?
I love a blend of old and new, and I also really wanted to have little things here and there that reflected the bakery and the tea room and its past, but then also bring in new and fun and vibrant things. And I also like to have a good sense of humor when I decorate, so bold colors and fun pieces here and there.
I can tell that this is a really special place for people to stay.
Thank you.
And I mean, when they first come in as well, and they get to see this gorgeous chandelier. Jenny's rental is really cute and really interesting to explore. There's loads to look at and loads to engage with. Jenny has really transformed this space and has done a great job of marrying old and new. It's also full of her personal handmade touches, like the spoon display and the headboard and even that beautiful copper sink. I also love that she's got things like the shells that were from the original bakery still there functioning now in the suite. But what I really love and what is completely unique about this place is waking up to the smell of fresh baked bread and then being able to take some of that home with you. It doesn't get more homemade than that. These 3 spaces are so different, but they're all unique, inviting, and they all give their guests a little take-home treat. Crystal's dedication to supporting local artists inspired her to create a unique space. Kim's 200-year-old farmhouse is bursting with rustic charm. And the chicken coop is such a fun bonus where you can go pick your own eggs and take them home with you. Jenny's renovated bakery suites allow guests to wake up to that wonderful smell of fresh baked bread. Renters won't forget this experience, especially with a few fresh-baked croissants for the journey home. In the competitive world of short-term rentals, these hosts have made a great choice to go the extra mile and make their homes truly exceptional.